one? What? Come on, come on, come on. Hey, hey, hey. Sometimes you just gotta hype yourself up and get yourself ready to go. Hi, it's Scola and welcome back to Motivation Monday. So today I'm gonna be hitting you guys with a health and fitness update. I basically challenged myself to wake up at 5 a.m. every day for 2 weeks and get a workout in. It was pretty intense, but I can't wait to show you guys the results. So let's just get right into this video. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this whole journey. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, what are you doing? Make sure you go and keep up with your girl. Also make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure that you get notified when I upload videos. But anyways, so if you watched my life update that I uploaded the other day, if you didn't, the link will be in the description box. I mentioned that I was living in London for about 4 or 5 weeks and working at the Facebook offices, which are just off of Oxford Street. And so I was super excited to get healthy and fit. I was going to join a gym, make everything right and tight, but unfortunately it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I basically decided to join a gym that was closer to home than the office, and that was a big rookie mistake. I found that I was spending more time at the office than I was at home, so I only really got to go to the gym about 3 times in the first 2 weeks of me living in London. Not the best, Scola, not the best. It just wasn't working with my routine, so I had to change some things up. And luckily, a little angel flew into my inbox and she was like, Scola, I watch your videos and I'd love for you to come and work out at the studio that I work at. And I was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. You have no idea how much you are about to change my life. And honestly, Georgie, if you're watching this, I don't think you know how much that little email changed my life. And that's why I love what I do, because you guys are just always looking out for me and looking out for everyone, and yeah, I just hope I can continue to look out for you guys too. So I headed down to Gro Fitness, which is a studio that is just off of Oxford Street and like about a 3-minute walk from Tottenham Court Road station, so it's very convenient if you live in London. And so I tried out one class. No one has asked me to make this video, by the way. I'm just super obsessed. You know how people get obsessed about SoulCycle in America? Like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love Remy Ashington. I am obsessed with her and she is obsessed with SoulCycle. The way people feel about that is how I feel about Gro Fitness, honestly. I tried one class, I got addicted. The class basically is made up of a little bit of rowing, some HIIT training, some weights, some like floor work, working those abs, and it's just a mixture of everything you could ever want and need from a workout class. They split up the day. Some days it's like a full body situation, some days it's just lower body, and some days it's just upper body. And whilst I was there, the main trainer that was training me was Ben, and he was just so amazing and just so welcoming. I loved that at the beginning of every class, he'd actually make sure that he learned everyone's names. He'd literally go through everybody and try to remember names as well. Like, he'd remember people that had been to classes before, which I just thought was so lovely, considering there's quite a few people in the class. I just love how welcoming and just how happy and positive they are there. And honestly, I just fell in love with the class, and then I was like, do you know what? Let me challenge myself to do this every morning for the next 2 weeks. So I was literally waking up at 5 a.m, having some time to reflect and just sort of set some positive intentions for the day, because I feel like that is such a good thing to do at the start of your day. Write down things you're grateful for, set your intentions. What do you want to achieve that day? What do you want to achieve in life? And I know this sounds very la-di-da and like bleh, corny, but honestly it made such a difference to me. I didn't need to wake up at 5. I could have had an extra 45 minutes in bed before having to get up and get ready, but honestly those 30 to 45 minutes that I spent doing that really made a difference. And it's not like I felt like doing that every morning. Some mornings I just wanted to drink my coffee in silence and wonder why I was making myself wake up so early. But anyways, I would be out of the door by 6:30 to get to the 7 a.m. class, and honestly loved the class. How many times am I gonna say that? I don't know, but I got such amazing results from those 2 weeks. First of all, what the challenge did for me was it completely changed my mindset. Waking up early and exercising is one thing that I feel like everybody should try for at least 2 weeks. I would say 1 week, but I feel like it's not enough. I think 2 weeks is that threshold where you get to a point where you can't look back and you're like, do you know what? This is what I need to keep doing. And of course, I did make some physical bodily changes. I'll try to find like some before and afters. Obviously, it was just 2 weeks, so I'm not exactly gonna look completely different, but I definitely felt stronger. I felt stronger in my arms especially, because that's where I just sort of neglect when I'm training by myself. I forget to train my arms, but I really saw a difference in my arms. I felt like I was starting to really power through and like just do the exercises with more purpose, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes you just do a squat, you just go halfway, you get up and you get down, but I was like squeezing and making sure I was digging deep, all that good stuff. So really did see a huge difference that way. So let me share with you guys some tips on how you might be able to set this challenge for yourself, and I really do want you guys to try this out because I cannot even begin to tell you guys how amazing it's been for me. So let's get into some tips. My first tip is to make sure that you set an alarm, because obviously you're not going to wake up if you don't have an alarm. I don't know about you guys, but I don't just naturally awaken at 5 a.m. so it's good to set yourself an alarm. My second tip is to make sure you set your alarm somewhere that's far away from you so that you physically have to wake up and get out of your bed. It makes such a difference, honestly. Putting your phone in another room and having to get up and go turn off the alarm really makes a difference, but we'll get into why that's a bonus for another tip later on in the tips. And my third tip is to make sure that you get to sleep earlier. Obviously, if you want to wake up early, you have to go to sleep a little bit earlier. This is not something that you'll get straight away because it takes a while for you to get used to the new sort of routine. So you'll find that you just get more and more exhausted, and you just get to the point where you're like, actually going to sleep at 9:30 sounds about right now. And a good way of getting yourself to sleep earlier is the no screens rule. So a lot of people tend to say no screens an hour before going to bed, basically. So if you know you're going to be going to bed at like, I don't know, 9:30, make sure by 8:30 you're done with your phone, you're done with looking at TVs, any kind of screen, you're done with it. Which sounds really daunting, but trust me, you'll just get used to it. And I did mention that putting your phone in another room would help for the alarm, but it'll also help for this, because if you put your phone charging, you set it up in another room, you're done with it, you're not going to feel tempted to roll over and just have a look at it. My fourth tip is to make sure you lay everything out the night before. Don't expect yourself to wake up early and, you know, start packing your bags and getting yourself ready. Pick out your outfits, pick out your workout stuff, everything the night before, pack everything up. So all you have to do when you wake up is put the clothes on, get your bag and get out of the door, because trust me, in the morning, if you're not a morning person like me, you don't want to be doing any of that, and you'll find every excuse not to do it in the morning and just get back in bed. And my last tip, the fifth tip, is to make an appointment. And I think this is the one thing that really changed things for me. It changed the game. I don't have the willpower and the motivation I once did. I used to be able to wake up at 6 a.m. and go for a run all by myself, and I'm sure I will get back to that place. But for now, it really is a struggle for me to do that by myself. So what I found is having somebody else to hold me accountable really helps. But it really does help to be held accountable by somebody else, whether that is a workout class, a personal training session, or even if you just have a friend that you work out with. It makes a huge difference. And if you don't have the luxury of going to a gym or a workout class and you're just working out at home, and maybe you and your friend can't meet up to work out, why don't you just text a friend and be like, hey, let's work out at the same time. We'll text each other, make sure we're awake, we get it done, and then you can just make sure you have that sort of workout buddy. So those have been my tips for if you want to try the 5 a.m. waking up every day for a week challenge to work out / just set your intentions. I feel like that bit is so important for your mindset, just becoming a more positive and happy person. It really does make a difference. Let's talk about what is next for me when it comes to health and fitness. Since I've been home from London, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've lagged a little bit, and I felt like I needed that extra bit of motivation. And I found that in the last few years, I have really been lacking in motivation and willpower. So I've taken it upon myself to make sure that I set myself things that force me to look after myself, basically. So the first thing is I'm going to be doing a half marathon on October the 14th. I'm going to be doing the Royal Parks half marathon. If you're doing it too, let me know. But I'm going to be running for the charity called Elephant Family, and I'm actually going to be doing it with the guys over at the Gro Studio, so I'm really excited for it. I do have a Just Giving page, so if you're passionate about elephants like I am, you guys know I love elephants, then please do head over to my Just Giving page to donate if you can, or just share the page. Also, to fundraise for that, I will hopefully be doing an event in London at the Gro Studio very soon. I'm just finalizing the details for now, but if you want to be first to hear about it, make sure that you can get tickets to go. Please email me at scolafitness@gmail.com. It's going to be a fun hour workout class. I mean, why am I even saying workout class? You already know it's a dance workout class. Hey. So it wasn't enough just to do a half marathon. I had to make sure I was training for this half marathon. So I decided that I am heading back to boot camp. If you watched my series last year, you would have known that I went to a boot camp up north in England, and I was there for about 7 days, and it was 7 days of hell. I'm kidding. It was actually really good. It was just really intense, and I loved the boot camp. So the boot camp I'm heading to is called Team Boot Camp. Make sure you go and follow them on Instagram too, because I'll probably be updating on their Instagram and that kind of stuff, and my Instagram. It's gonna be a lot, but last year when I did this boot camp, I felt like a brand new person when I came out, and I'm so excited to go back. But that's everything for now. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, you know, how much weight have you lost and how am I doing with like the actual weight loss like aspect, and I was gonna give an update now, but seeing as I'm gonna be heading to boot camp soon, they're gonna be doing a weigh-in for me and doing measurements, so I thought that was the best time to sort of give an update on that. So when they do that on that day, then I'll make sure I film that whole process. But I'd love to know how you guys are doing with your health and fitness journeys. Please do comment down below. Let me know what your struggles are, what are you doing really well with. Help and share all your knowledge. It's always so amazing when you guys share your successes. I don't think you realize how inspiring it can be if you're doing amazingly well, and how much it can inspire other people, especially me. I mean, I'm just being selfish because I just want to hear inspiring stories, so I feel inspired and I feel really good. If you made it to this point in the video, make sure you comment strawberries down below. I just want to check how many of you guys have watched to this point. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay luscious, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!